Hello everyone, so here's another Premodern video for you guys. This league I will be playing Mud. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, talking about how I really like the card Metalworker, and how, it was responsible basically for one of my few success playing Magic. Was like, I played in Legacy like back in 2013, and I played Mud for a few years. It was also the only deck I owned on Magic Online for the longest time, so Metalworker, also like one of the cards that I used to like to play back when it was in Standard. And so I was having this conversation with a friend of mine saying that in the one format that maybe should be able to play Metalworker nowadays is Premodern, and it felt like even in Premodern, Metalworker wasn't really playable. And also Mud was like the first Premodern deck that actually put money to it. It was the first deck that I built that I bought Premodern cards for it. So really like the deck. I didn't think it was very good, and it's probably still okay, just mostly like a fun thing. And then I saw that Artie Garcia finished in the top 16 of the side event LobsterCon. So I was like, all right, well, let me give it a go. Played a couple of for fun games with this deck, and I think it's still fine. It still has some weakness against decks that play Pernicious Deed, but other than that, I think the deck is mostly okay in the meta. This version plays basically the cards that you used to see in Mud, all the soul lands and Rishadan Ports and Wastelands and Mishra's Factory as a way to attack. One card that I've seen different numbers in the main deck is Black Vise. This one, excuse me. This one's playing 3 copies. Very good against decks like Lend Still. Pretty much any slow blue deck, this card can be very good, right? And then the other numbers, they seem pretty standard to me. I think Karn the Silver Golem is another one that you might see as a 4 of or a 1 of. This list is playing 2. I'm fine with that. And then everything else is just like, basically like 4 ofs, right? For consistency, right? So like, you got Powder Keg, Spheres, Winter Orb, Tangle Wire, like, all the cards that you wanna draw them pretty much every game, right? And then the sideboard, one of the things that I noticed, the decks that usually Black Vise is not very good, Ensnaring Bridge might be very good. So you get a clean swap here, like if that's the case. You do get an extra Masticore if you're playing against like a little creature decks, like any White Weenie or even mono black elves. Crumbling Sanctuary, very good against burn. I would not just rely on this card to win, because they can still do a lot of damage and exile your whole deck, but it is something. It's one of the better ways to deal with decks like Sly, right? And then Null Brooch. This card is really good against anything like Replenish or like Enchantress, maybe. But basically any spell-based decks, right? Like, this is not really too complicated to see that. I think you got a small package here for graveyard decks. And if you're playing against any kind of blue deck, again, you just have extra stuff that you can bring against them, like the 2 defense grids. I probably would bring also the Null Brooch. And yeah, let's see how this goes, and I'll see you guys for round 1. All right, we're here for round 1. Opponents right here. Yeah, found the match. Oh, almost played a different game, a deck. It looks like I won the die roll. I don't think this hand's a keep. I think if one of these 2 was a soul land, then I could, I could cast Metalworker or Tangle Wire on turn 2. I mean, this deck plays a lot of lands, so I'm kind of tempted to keep, because I do have a turn 1 Black Vise. Well, we'll see. This is the first round. I've been getting this question a lot, like, so because of the Daybreak account, a friend of my text on Magic Online looks purple. I actually can't see the difference on my side, but I had a few opponents ask me about that. Where's the Paradise? Okay. A soul land would be amazing here. Now I'll settle for any land next turn. Or I guess no, any land will be okay. If I had to draw an artifact, I think Powder Keg would be okay. But if I draw a soul land, then I can play Tangle Wire and maybe this Black Vise. Oh, play a Fiend Artisan. I mean, Fiend Artisan. Different format. Mesmeric Fiend. I mean, I think a lot of these cards are very good targets. So green, white. Okay, I've seen decks playing this combination of cards, but usually they don't have white. Usually it's like green, black, and just green, black. Okay, drew a land. All right, so this actually works even better because I can play Thran Dynamo into Tangle Wire. And then next turn, if I just draw a land, I can just cast Smokestack and let me see, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I can just cast Smokestack regardless, but that's good. So no basic land. I have Wasteland in my hand. Important thing to play on Magic Online with this type of deck, especially after you cast Smokestack, is to remember to put the triggers in the correct order on Magic Online. It's very different. In paper, you can just obviously just announce what you're gonna do, but Magic Online's a little different. All right, so we're gonna play Smokestack, and so now let's see. So they're gonna take 1 damage from Black Vise. Right here, it doesn't really matter, but just to get in the right rhythm, you generally want them to sack a permanent first and then tap, because you don't want them to tap a permanent and then sack the same permanent. So in this case, it doesn't matter because there's 0 counters on Smokestack, but just no, for anybody that's watching that hasn't done this before. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to cast something. Maybe they have a 2-drop in their hand that they want to try to cast, and if they draw land, they can cast it. I might just see a Cabal Therapy. Okay. Yep, Karn's a good one. If they flash it back, I'm okay with that because it's just less permanents that they're gonna have in play. And if it's a sack birds, it just affects their mana too. I will have to think like how I'm gonna try to win the game, right? Because if I put counters on Smokestack, then with Smokestack, you're usually trying to break the parity, right? So right now they have 5 permanents. I have 6 permanents, but in order for me to win, like Karn would be the best way. If Karn was the case, then I would probably sack enough permanents to just keep Ancient Tomb and let's say Thran Dynamo and then play Karn. Oh, okay. So this is big because they actually give me a Metalworker. I mean, they can name Metalworker, but it's okay because now they actually gave me a permanent back. So here on this one, it says you want to put a counter on Smokestack. So you want to do this last. And then these two actually don't matter as much. So first, there'll be a fading counter that's going to leave Tangle Wire. Then we're going to tap 2 permanents. And then Smokestack's going to ask me to sacrifice a permanent according to the number of counters on it. And then now we're just going to say yes. So that way I don't sack a counter the first time the Smokestack is in play. They're going to play Metalworker. And I'm going to play another Metalworker. And it's basically like all fodder for Smokestack later. Again, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask them to sack a permanent first and then tap their permanents. So they have 4. They're going to have 3 by the time Smokestack resolve. And then now they have to tap 2 permanents. So since we have 2 Metalworkers, I'm kind of tempted to just sack one of my lands. Metalworker might get Swords to Plowshare here. No, I just Water Blossom. That's kind of annoying actually. Because now again, they have 4 permanents again. All right, so again, we're gonna put a counter last here. And then this will matter the turn that Tangle Wire has 0 counters, because I would like to be able to sack the Tangle Wire to Smokestack. So we're gonna tap 1. Now I'm gonna sack a permanent, and I think I'm just gonna sack Ancient Tomb. And then we're gonna put another counter on this, and we're gonna pass. I think Thran Dynamo is actually better in play. And then we're gonna do the same thing again. So we're gonna ask them to sack a permanent first and then tap 1 single permanent. So I'm assuming all the blossoms and one of the lands is probably gonna go away. Okay, now they have to just tap 1 permanent. If they don't play anything, I might just put. I was thinking about putting Smokestack at 3, but then when it comes back, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to get rid of all my stuff. Because next turn, I think I'm gonna sack Tangle Wire and Wasteland. I mean, they're still at 12 life. But in theory, I could go down to just like keeping a Metalworker and Black Vise. Because then whatever artifact I draw after that, I can just use Metalworker to cast it. Okay, so I definitely have to go up to 3 now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, again, this is gonna go last. We got this. So it's gonna fade. We don't have to tap any permanents. We do have to sack 2 permanents. So we're just gonna do. I can do this too, I guess. Any order, and then we're gonna put this up to 3. If I draw, I was gonna say a Masticore would be amazing. And here I can actually attack, which might matter, because next turn they're not taking any damage. They can actually activate. Oh, they didn't activate this. Okay. Maybe they didn't have any creatures in play in hands. Maybe they just forgot. All right, I'm just gonna have 6. Not really doing anything here. So they got Squee. Well, let's see what they're gonna sack, because Academy Rector. Okay. So they sack Squee. No, I'm sorry. They discarded Squee. Is that what happened? No, discard Academy Rector to grab Squee. Now they're discarding Squee to get something else. Okay. So maybe they didn't have a creature in hand when at the end of the turn, last turn. Yeah, so they have to sack 3 permanents, and I think Battleground, that's cool. So definitely a combo deck. Veteran Explorer, that's very, very good. Okay, that makes things very awkward for me. So, that's gonna be very tough for me to beat, actually, because I mean, I guess I could still make them. I mean, they lose their board. They'll get 2 lands, but they don't have Survival or Veteran Explorer. So maybe that's worth it. Okay, so if I think about this one. So if I blow up Keg, they get 2 more lands, so that means they'll go up to 4 permanents. I'm only going to have 1, 2, 3. That means I'll have to sack my whole board next turn. That is not a good strategy. Well, let me see what I'm going to draw. I could keep this just at 3. Powder Keg. Okay. So I'm just going to cast Powder Keg. So if I blow up everything with Powder Keg, I feel like this is kind of slowly getting out of hand. Yeah, so if they block, they get 2 lands. They're not gonna block. If I don't, I guess I could just let them sack this, get 2 lands. Well, yeah, because they're gonna have sack survival too. Okay, and then on my turn I just sack these 3. And then they'll have 2 lands in play, and I'm gonna have just 2 Metalworkers. Well, it might be enough to get there. If I draw something silly like a Like a Mishra's factory. Was there 9 life? I don't know. Maybe this Metalworker just get there. I don't have any basics in my... You got 2 swamps? I wonder if they don't have any more forests or something like that. Because there's 3 forests. I don't know how many basics they're playing their deck. I mean, it seems like a 3-color deck. Well, no, I'm sorry, they also have... But maybe Paladin Crown is just like a recurring nightmare thing. Okay, so maybe they don't have anything. Alright. Well, in this case, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna sack everything minus the 2 Metalworkers. So I'm gonna say no. This doesn't matter because they're all gonna go away. Okay. That's probably worth casting. Maybe because if it's in my hand, it makes more mana. And they're at 9 life. Alright, well, maybe. We'll find out. We'll figure out if this was a punt or not. If they die, if I die and they're at 1 life, then maybe that was a punt. But I feel like if I draw... It's another Karn. Ooh. Okay, so maybe I should have been attacking. I hope all the cards in the hand are just like Cabal Therapies and things that don't matter right now. Yeah, but City of Brass is kind of big. Okay, so red. Huh. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So attack with these 2. You're gonna go to 5. I guess I'll play Ancient Tomb. Excuse me. And I think I'm 100% locked into drawing an extra card next turn. So I'm gonna go to 5. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's not good for me. So they're 4 life. That's very good. I guess I'll reveal the whole thing. Yeah, twice. Magic Online just froze. Okay, all right, let me do this first. Maybe this sphere resistance will make things more difficult for my opponent. Sphere is a 2/2 creature now. Pernicious Deed. I think think they just die here then. I think. Not 100%, but... And just attack with a team. So we can block Karn and this one take 3. I'm sorry, they take 2. But they can't tap this anymore. Well, then maybe just draw a Rishadan Port off the top and then... Okay. Just out of curiosity. No. Alright, Pernicious Deed, it's a huge problem for my deck. Survival, also not the type of card I want to see. So I think Black Vise, not great here. This is tough now. Because I'm not a big fan of Winter Orb, but they didn't seem to have that many mana dorks. So Birds of Paradise. I mean, I think Phyrexian Furnace makes sense. Well, actually, hold on a sec. This actually can stop Rector from happening, right? So I think that's good. I'm very hesitant to like shave him Winter Orb, but maybe Mishra's Helix. Yeah, maybe shave one Winter Orb, because again, if they have a hand that has Birds of Paradise and like Wall of Roots, then Winter Orb doesn't have any impact in the game, right? This hand is definitely a mulligan. Okay. Well, this is better. I have to put a Metalworker back. Yeah. Like this deck has no way of shuffling or anything like that, so like yeah, I'm gonna start with this sphere. The next turn we can play Metalworker. I'm gonna do things a little different. Okay, the only card I'm like really worried about seeing here is Pernicious Deed, right? Because my entire deck is just plain permanents, right? Wall of Blossom. Okay, that one is A-okay. Alright, so now we'll play Metalworker. And hopefully we can win from here. If there's, they have a couple. Okay, so they could Cabal Therapy me, but they wouldn't be able to flash it back. Alright, so so it's one more mana, right, for these things. Let's to have a land drop. Hold on a second. So this costs 5. but then Karn costs 6. Is it better to just... Because I think if I have 2 Thran Dynamos, then I can make both of them into creatures. So I'm swinging for 12 next turn. So it's 6. I'm sorry, this is going to cost 5. I'm sorry. So 5. I have 1 left. 3, 6. Yeah. I do lose a City of Traitors, but it's okay. Also, everything costs a lot. So, like, even if they have a pernicious deed, like, I don't think they would be able to untap this many lands. Also, funny enough, I guess Winter Orb turned out to be a very good card in this game. And I was not thinking that was going to be the case. But it also could be a case that, no, they just happen to draw this half of their deck, not the other half that has Birds of Paradise and Wall of Roots. Karn Silver Golem to Karn the Great Creator. Karn has gone a long ways. Also, notably, if I draw an artifact, then I could possibly make Sphere Resistance into a creature too. Just try to push more damage. Phyrexian Tower. Okay. Academy Rector. Interesting. And the reason I'm attacking is because since they have Phyrexian Tower in play, they're going to be able to sack Academy Rector next turn regardless of what I do. So if they have a busted enchantment, then we're going to find out in a second. The only way I could stop Academy Rector from resolving the abilities, like if I drew like a Tormod's Crypt or Phyrexian Furnace, and since that didn't happen, then I don't think there's any use of not attacking. Did I probably just block Thran Dynamo, I guess. That prevents most amount of damage. If they block Karn, then they don't lose Rector. Maybe they want to keep Rector for the next turn. I don't know. Opponent's still thinking. Okay, so they're gonna go after Karn. Interesting. So they don't want to lose. They don't want to sack Academy Rector. Well, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong term here. They don't want to activate. They don't want Rector to die. Okay, I guess they realized that Karn wouldn't do any damage. Yeah, if they want to use Rector's ability, they definitely want to block here, because then they will take 6 damage. There you go. All right, so they figure it out. So they're at 13 life. Okay. They killed Winter Orb. All right, so if we go to game 3, maybe we should have all 3 Winter Orbs in the deck. Like my opponent's choice for basic lands. I usually play with these for legacy. Okay, 4 mana, Academy Rector. Okay. All right. So we'll put a counter on this. Okay, so I'll play a land. Okay, all right. They considered before I could do this, but I was going to make Smokestack, Thran Dynamo, and the other Thran Dynamo, and Sphere Resistance into creatures. So that's 4 mana, and then I could make Academy Rector. I mean, Mishra's Factory too. So there was a lot of damage there. All right, 1-0. I will see you guys back for round 2. All right, so we're here for round number 2. Found an opponent. I think they're waiting for me. All right. Let's make sure I got the right deck. All right, so lost a die roll. All right, so this hand is kind of on the slow side, but I don't think I can put it back, or like any soul land will get this hand going, or really even like Tangle Wire would be okay. Alright, so Rishadan Port. Because I just play Factory. Factory is like, I think if I play Factory or Wasteland, well, really any of those lands, like, I'm trying not to give that much information, right? Another deck playing Phyrexian Tower? What are the odds? Oh, okay, so I think I know what they're playing. I believe it's that. The word escaping me now. Rock deck that plays Gamekeeper. So what I can do here, I can just play Port. Yeah, because Black Vise doesn't really do much now. And maybe I'll draw a lock piece next turn. Okay, so they only have one green mana, so I think this one, the one I'm gonna tap. This doesn't make any mana. This just makes black. I get Cabal Therapy here, but I doubt that they're gonna name any of the cards that are in my hand right now. Now, if they do flashback and name Thran Dynamo or Mindstone, then it can be a problem. I think Black Vise is not good in this matchup anyways. Opponent's thinking what they're gonna name. That's so maybe they don't have another creature in hand. Parallax Tide. Okay. Huh. I didn't think they were gonna name that. Alright, I really need a soul land here. It's not a soul land. Okay, so I could just play Mindstone and hope to dodge another Cabal Therapy, I guess. I mean, I think green is how they cast their creatures, and then black is probably just disruption. Unless they have a second Cabal Therapy in hand, that would really suck for me. Alright, so, oh, I found one of these. Okay, so what I can do... I mean, I could double Wasteland them and tap one of their lands. But then I'm kind of soft to like another Cabal Therapy. Or I can play a City of Traitors. I think I like this better. If I double Wasteland them, I can play Black Vise. Alright. They start taking some damage too. I'm gonna tap their forest. Okay, they didn't make a land drop, so that's great for me. I think if I just Smokestack here, no, I think it was still just keep porting them. Yeah, that was one risk of this happening, because even though like Smokestack, Karn, they're both really bad for them, right? I think they're at 16 life. I think Thran Dynamo plus Karn might just be lethal too, because they are taking 2 damage from Black Vise too. Oh, okay, this is pretty good too. So play Thran Dynamo. Play Karn. And play another land. And play Sphere. And I guess I'll just pass and tap their land again. Alright, so they're gonna take 2 damage. And next turn I can swing for 12. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. If I want to be very conservative, so it'd be 1. Okay, so that's 12, and then I take 2 more from the thing. Okay, I was gonna make this fear resistance too. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna guess that they're playing the Gamekeeper deck. I don't think Powder Keg does anything here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut Powder Keg. 2 Null Brooch. I'd like to have like at least 1 snare. I mean, a couple of snare bridges would be good. I don't think Masticore. Yeah, I'm really betting that they're playing the Oath of Druids at home deck, like the one that Mom. I want to play Oath of Druids. Well, we have Oath of Druids at home. Okay, this is okay, I guess. Ancient Tomb off the top would be pretty good. If I draw an Ancient Tomb, I think I just play Winter Orb on turn 1. Okay, please don't hit anything. So I have 5 cards in hand. Mindstone. That's a good one to name. I would think they were going to name Mindstone or Sphere of Resistance. I guess it's just Wasteland. I'm not sure if this is correct, but like my hand is so casting cost is so high, and I don't think I'm gonna cast anything relevant until much later in the game. Yeah, now would be a good time to draw a Mind Stone or Metalworker, perhaps. Rapid Growth, that's a good one. Thran Dynamo. Well, I guess I'll just play Winter Orb then. Again, these are the decks that, like, you know, if they drop a Pernicious Deed, then my chances of winning are very, very low. Doing a Cabal Therapy again. Okay, yeah. Cabal Therapy has to be really important, right? Smokestack? I don't know if Smokestack is really that good here. I would be more worried if they actually took my Thran Dynamo, because if I draw let's say another City of Traitors Ancient Tomb off the top, then I think I'm so far ahead. I drew another Smokestack. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pass, and then I'm going to Rishadan Port their land. Because they missile and drop last turn, right? Yes. So it's going to port that. And then I'm going to tap City of Traitors, cross my fingers, then I'm going to draw another land that makes 2 mana and try to cast Thran Dynamo. Rishadan Port. So in this case, I'm just going to pass a turn. They will have 1 mana available to them. Okay, they decide to untap a 4. So again, if it's a deck I'm thinking they're playing, like they shouldn't really have any small creatures like mana dorks. Okay, so I'll play a factory. I play Thran Dynamo. And I guess I'll play Ensnaring Bridge. No, I'm not as worried about Pernicious Deed, because if they tap out Thran Dynamo plus Port, should be able to keep them from ever well, I'll have 2 Rishadan Ports, right? So I guess it can blow up Winter Orb, I guess. Yeah, this is pretty awkward. So they'll only be able to destroy Winter Orb, not the rest of the deck. I mean, not the rest of my board. So that seems okay. Also, I'll be able to untap before they get to do anything. So I'll just do this. And I got my Winter Orb. So this is like in case they drew a Gamekeeper, then they can't cast it and sack in the same turn. Now it's, I think also the first permanent I'll have to sack is Ensnaring Bridge because I want to be able to attack. Is that another Pernicious Deed? That's annoying. I might just lose this game now. Unless I draw a Winter Orb, I guess. It's not a Winter Orb. I mean, you could get 2 points of damage in. Hmm. I don't know if I want to lose City of Traitors. Yeah, I think this game's slipping out of my reach. Because they're 18 life. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can guess Karn. And I can tap Thran Dynamo. But the problem is Ensnaring Bridge prevents everything from attacking, so I can't really. I wonder if instead of Ensnaring Bridge, I should have Masticores. Neither one seems like a great option, really, but. So I think Mishra's Factory at least is a free attack here. I don't think they're gonna activate this just for Factory. So it's kind of like 2 free points of damage. I'm just gonna guess that this will matter. Because now they do have to sack a permanent too. If they pass back to me, I'm just gonna sack Ensnaring Bridge. Oh, I should have tapped them. That was a mistake. So if they go to combat, I'll do. There you go. I'll do during their combat. Yeah. I don't think they needed to do for 5, but. All right, so I have 1 card in hand. They have 4. It's not looking very good. Rishadan Port does line up well against Treetop Village though, so we'll see. I think they also lost 2. I mean, 2 Cabal Therapies got exiled, so. Elephant tokens. I think we should be able to deal with that. Another rampant growth. Okay. This is actually really good because not only I'll be able to play Karn, but I'll also be able to make some artifacts into creatures that like will be kind of big as a 4/4. In a world of 3/3s, a 4/4 is king, something like that. I think he's just gonna flash it back. Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can cast the Tantani Shoba. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess Z-Karn. Make this into a creature. And, oh, no! No. Oh, that sucks. Things that happen on Magic Online. And I think that might just cost me the game. I don't know if I was winning. Since I had naturalized. Okay, so I didn't draw. I can still draw the second Karn. Another rampant growth. I wonder if the elephant tokens then it's an incentive for me to keep the powder kegs in the deck. This is funny how this worked out. 4, 5. All right. Can I not die next turn? I can. Okay, so I'm gonna play Phyrexian Furnace. Doesn't really matter, I think. Oh, hold on, I shouldn't tap this. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I shouldn't tap this. I should have probably left it on tap. Made into a creature block and then do the thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're free to attack with everyone. Like, they don't know I don't have Powder Keg in the deck. So I'm gonna go to 5. Unfortunately, Karn is a coward and he doesn't deal damage. I guess Ensnaring Bridge number 2 would be great. Did I miss being able to... So this card would be very good if it was a few turns ago. Also just realized this sort of combos with Ensnaring Bridge. Let me see. So I can block 2 elephants. They swing for 2, 3, 4, 5. Well... So if I play Null Brooch, I can go to 3. I can block 3 tokens and then lose in the last one. Yeah, that didn't work out. Okay. So, So maybe I do need the Masticores because it feels like I was gonna have a hard time closing out the game. And I guess I'll bring the Powder Kegs. They leaned pretty heavily on the tokens here at the end of the game. Oh man, I hate this type of hands. Yeah, the chances of this working out for me is... So I have to draw lands for the next 3 turns to be able to make this work. Also, this hand just... Well, it doesn't fold Cabal Therapy, I guess, because... If I draw land number 2... Alright, we'll do this for science. It's definitely one of those hands. If I draw like a second Ancient Tomb or City of Traitors, I'm in good shape. If I don't, then c'est la vie. I'll pay 1 for this. Tormod's Crypt is also pretty good because if I do draw another soul land and having the extra permanence to tap to Tangle Wire, it's pretty cool. Definitely gonna see a Cabal Therapy here. I wonder if they're just gonna name Smokestack. Winter Orb. I think my opponent's 0 for 2 in this match. Well, and looks like it's gonna be a GG here for me pretty soon. I thought that was a risk that, no, I thought it could happen. The little bit of testing ahead with this deck. This is the kind of hands that can have a very high ceiling, but it's like low, it's like high risk, high reward, but this also can happen, so. Well, that one is okay, actually. All right, well, let's see if we draw land. Right, so I guess I have to do this now. And yeah, Mishra's Helix, not very hot right now. I mean, I guess I'll play. We'll find out in the next 2 turns anyways. So yeah, Smokestack also not great now. So I did a mulligan for you to not do the same thing I did. So that was definitely one of those decisions that I knew this could happen, but if I just had drawn 2 lands, then no. Hindsight's 2020. Okay, let's see. Thinking if there was a way for me to win. I don't think there is one, right? Because if I draw another land, they're swinging for 5. Well, no, they're swinging for 8 next turn, right? Yeah, I'm just dead on board actually. All right, cool. We'll see you guys for round number 3. All right, we're here for round 3. Let's see. I think opponent has a table up. Yep. All right. Blind Soloist. Looks like I want a die roll. I will be on the play. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on a second. I was practicing with a different deck. Let me this is gonna look really good on the YouTube. Let me oh, there you go. Okay. I wanted that roll again then. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. Can kind of go on some aggro Black Vise plan. do a very good impression of. Oh, that's what we're playing against. Okay. I think I just played the Powder Keg. Oh, this is a really tough matchup in game one, at least. I guess if I draw a sphere, I might be in good shape, but okay, so I'm going to let's play this Tangle Wire. Maybe double Black Vise will get there. So I'll say no. Then I gotta tap 3 things. Oh, maybe I have a chance. I guess Black Vise. Plays Metalworker. I think that's a turn to do this. I was not expecting this Metalworker to. I mean, I guess I can still bolt it. Oh, that's surprising. No. And 2 permanents. Could do the Tangle Wire too, but maybe I tapped my stuff wrong. They will take 2 damage off Black Vise next turn. I think that's okay. I still have Powder Keg if everything goes sideways. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just tap down 1. I'm gonna have to have 2 permanents. Gonna tap both lands. Interesting. Yeah. The only problem here is if I activate Powder Keg, then I lose both Black Vices. Okay, it's annoying, but not a big deal. Let me see if they didn't make mana. Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna make into a 2/2. The reason I did it like this is because if they had and lightning bolts, they could bolt my Mishra's factory. Alright, so now it might be better to just Powder Keg here. And then they have to tap one permanent. I do lose the Black Vises though. So they tap one, I untap. Can cast Masticore. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'll take one from Mag Fanatic. Yeah. I just don't think Tangle Wire is gonna. I mean, I'm sorry, Black Vise is going to do much after this turn. And if I draw one artifact, this is even better. I guess I can just pass here. I have 4 cards in hand. I believe Masticore might be able to put this one away. Mostly because they're F4 life. No, okay. Right, so this one is definitely one of those matches that we're gonna swap the Black Vise for Crumbling Sanctuary. And then I also I think I want the Null Brooch and Masticore. Mishra's Helix. I'm trying to think what's the scenario it looks like that I'm gonna win this game. Like, I think Mishra's Helix is too optimistic. But I think Masticore also doesn't seem great, especially since I'm bringing Null Brooch into the game. So yeah. I think Winter Orb plus Spheres still pretty good against Sly. Definitely the Crumbling Sanctuary. Yeah, I think I was gonna roll like this. I'm expecting lots of artifact destruction in this game, but yeah, I'll keep this one. Turn on Mag Fanatic. Okay. Playing a turn 1 Ancient Tomb against a deck that's trying to deal damage to it. Playing burn spells is ideal. wonder how this Winter Orb is gonna work out with a hand that doesn't have any fast. Well, none of the like mana rocks. Seal of Fire. Okay, it's gonna kill Metalworker. Well, I guess I should start working towards casting Sanctuary. Okay, this actually it's not terrible. Okay, so I'm at 11. Let's see, worst case scenario. That's 4 damage. Plus, I don't know, Lightning Bolt, Fire Blast. So it's 4, 8. Okay, that might be what it is then. Yeah, that's 4 damage. I might just see a Fire Blast. No. Alright, let's play this thing. Okay. That worked out so far. So my graveyard basically is my exile zone now, right? And I have a thing to kill this. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think this is fine. Probably need to practice my mulligan decisions with this deck. But I thought the hand was okay. I'm definitely keeping this one. Like any mana source off the top is good. I also have like Tangle Wire to buy me some time. This card is pretty good too. Alright, deck. Just give me a land off the top. So this Jackal Pup's just gonna stay on the leash for the next few turns. Did I not have land number 2? Or Magic Online just froze? Okay. I'm just gonna tap everything anyways. Not a land. Okay. So if I don't draw land next turn, I should probably just cast Fear Resistance. Land will be amazing here. Let's play some Metalworker. So they already use a Naturalize, so I guess Jackal up to I can't place your resistance. I think I just die if I do that. Yeah, okay. I don't think it's... Might not have an out to this one. I'm gonna go to 5. I don't think I have an out now. No, I'll go to 3. Yeah, no, that's it. All right, cool. I'll see you guys for round number 4. All right, so we're back for round 4. Found an opponent. Oh, let me make sure I got the right deck selected. All right, and let's see how this goes. See if we can still have a positive record at the end of this league. Okay, so it looks like they want to die roll. Take a look, have fun. You too. And I think this is probably one of the more balanced, better hands I've seen so far in this league. All right, so we can just start with a Mind Stone. Depending what they do next turn, we can see if we want to ramp or... Okay, so they're playing like a slower blue deck. Usually they tend to counter the very first thing you cast. So I think I'm gonna go with Wasteland. They're probably gonna float mana. Nope, just Impulse. Okay. Then we can... I mean, Metalworker is a higher upside, so I think I'm just gonna go with that. There's a big chance it just gets plowed next turn, but then we can follow up with Dynamo into Tangle Wire. Maybe they don't have anything? Okay. Cool. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and drop my hand, basically. And we can cast Tangle Wire. If they counter, then it's all good. We got Winter Orb to follow up. I'm not sure if I should cast the second Metalworker. And I should probably just draw an extra card with Mind Stone because I think at this point I don't need the extra mana. They also have perfect information, so that's kind of... So they're going to counterspell this. Alright, well with that, then we're going to cast Winter Orb. Then I will draw an extra card. Drew a Smokestack. This is pretty good. And I can just pass a turn here. Like, it's looking pretty good, but it's not a lock or anything like that. They're a deck that makes lens drop like every turn. They also... Oh, Standstill. Yeah, Standstill is not... I don't know if it's very good here, but it's a card. Yep, gonna Smokestack it up and then make this into a 2/2. I'm gonna swing for 3. Now they have to sack a permanent, and you can only untap 1. And the way I have the 2 Thran Dynamos, I can easily sack the Ancient Tombs and like Winter Orb is also not going to be very relevant pretty soon. Well, if they... No, that doesn't make sense because they can just... Well, they can just block with Mishra's factory, but then they have to... They lose 2 permanents? Oh. Because then I can sack Winter Orb and Ancient Tomb on the way back. Yeah, I think this is fine. If they want... Well... No, they can pump their factory though, so that's not smart. I was about to punt. Maybe they plow my Mishra's factory. They didn't. They did. They found the correct line. All right, so they only have sacked 2 permanents. Okay, so now they sacked the factory, so now we're free to attack again. And this. I'm just gonna leave it at 2. Okay. So that's a creature. And we're gonna swing for 3 again. I think if they sack both lands, I would just sack my Smokestack and Ancient Tomb. Okay, they just conceded. All right. So this is not a creature matchup. So I kind of want defense grids and Null Brooch. Is that how you say it? So I think I'm gonna cut the Masticores. And I think Powder Keg. It's not great here. I might be able to... Actually, maybe it's even better to just have something like Phyrexian Furnace, because at least it cycles. Powder Keg can take care of tokens, right? So that's... maybe I'll keep it. I'll see how that goes. I think the key cards here are really like Winter Orb and like Mishra's Helix, depending how long the game goes. Okay, this hand is pretty good. Like, no, whatever we draw after this turn, I should be able to just cast it. Their deck's not aggressive, so like, was it Dust Bowl too? I mean, I'm sorry, Fairies. Right, so we're gonna play defense grid, try to ensure that whatever we cast next turn resolves. Seal cleansing, okay. So I kind of want to use City of Traitors as a card that I can use to sack to Dust Bowl. So I think I'm gonna hold on to City of Traitors. I'll just play this Thran Dynamo. I mean, it could Seal Cleansing and then do the thing, but I don't think that's very good. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Like right now, those 2 cards are sort of problematic for them, but they do have a Dust Bowl, so I might just Dust Bowl their Dust Bowl, and that's pretty good too. Mm. They're probably going to respond. So I think I'm just going to cast a second Winter Orb. And then I can do this on their turn, because then if they want to do all that, then... Can I attack? I don't think it's a good idea. Like if they want to Dust Bowl me, then I just tap out. I believe I should know my own list off the top of my head, right? Okay, yeah, I believe I only have one Dust Bowl in my deck. Alright, so they do not want to do that. I think this time I can just go after their Dust Bowl, and then I have Rishadan Port plus Thran Dynamo. I wonder if I go after Fairy Conclave, they just let it resolve again. But I think now they're kind of forced to do something, right? I think. But tapping out with Winter Orb is in play for, like, you know, a blue-white control deck. I don't think that's what they want to do. Yeah, but they have to take care of Dust Bowl. They can just let me have that every turn. So Mishra's Factory. Okay. I'm going to tap my Mishra's Factory. And I'll play this. And I guess I'm just going to attack with Metalworker. And then I can tap whatever source of colored mana they untap. Alright, so we're gonna tap that. We'll pay with this. Impulse. Okay. Yeah, they still have Seal of Cleansing here. They can, whatever I draw that really makes a difference, they can just kill. But like right now, Defense Grid is basically a City of Solitude, right? Because they keeping them like less than 3 mana open. And if you're playing stacks, you're not signing up to play like a quick match, right? So far we're okay. All right, so we can play a second factory, and they could Seal of Cleansing, but I don't think I want to do that. What I might do is if I draw another artifact, then I might just tap my Metalworker to cast Metalworker. Then basically I double my clock, right? I'm swinging for 2 instead of 1. Oh, they don't have another land drop. Cool. All right, so I just need another Rishadan Port then, really. Ancient Tomb is all right. I really want to leave my lands untapped. I could swing for 4. Might be better to just can also just play City of Traitors next turn and then tap 2 lands. No, I think we're fine here. I don't think there's a reason to rush into anything. And again, if I draw another artifact, then I can tap Metalworker to cast the other Metalworker. I guess I'll play the Helix too. So they have to kill defense grid. Yeah, they have a null in hand, so technically they could do that. Yeah, okay, so that's what they're gonna do. And then they're gonna cast a null. Alright. Cool. But the problem is now now the card I really want to draw is just a sphere resistance, right? Then I mean, another defense grid will be okay too. Karn. So I have to tap a Mishra's Factory to cast that guy. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Do they like now have Swords of Plowshares? Okay. Actually, that one is not even good for me to cast right now. Yeah. It'd be a lot better when they when they try to play another, if they try to make another land drop. Yeah. Well, this one though, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 6 lands. No, actually, I don't think I want to cast Smokestack now either. So it would be a very slow Smokestack. I think I'm just going to keep it at 1 or 2. So the first one was sack Ancient Tomb. Well, they sack first, right? I don't want to get rid of Winter Orbs either. No, I don't think it's very good at this point of the game. But I do think if I draw some number of spheres of resistance, then I think the game be heavily favored to me. I just show 2 cards, I guess. All right, so they go to 11. Next turn will be 8. So it's like a 3-turn clock. Well, I do have a Mishra's factory, so never mind. So it would be technically would be okay. So okay, I think it now makes sense to play Tangle Wire. And tap this. 1 Winter Orb. I guess 1 of the Thran Dynamos. So I can save this too. Now I can tap this. Show Smokestack, and then we can make this into a creature. This into a creature. Swing for 4. Because now I don't need to use Rishadan Port because of a Tangle Wire, so I can just untap the Mishra's factory and swing for 2 a turn instead of just 1 with a Metalworker. This I guess I play the Powder Keg too. I don't know if it matters. I think I did my math correctly here. I don't know. I'm sure there's someone that's watching that is a stacks aficionado that was probably think I did something wrong. So they're at 3. I'm just gonna tap their land for good measure. Okay. GG. Cool. All right. So see you guys back here for round 5. So hello everyone. I had some issues with my computer during round 5, and I actually didn't realize that until I was about to start editing the video for the league. So I'm just gonna do the replay. I end up mulligan to 5 here in this match. Kept a hand that could cast Mind Stone and then Sphere Resistance. I felt like I was pretty well set up to cast my 2 drops. So I kept that, and I was hoping that my opponent wasn't playing a deck to play, mana dorks and stuff, and that's exactly what they were playing. They were playing a survival deck, and so in game 1, I was able to. I'm sorry, like the Magic Online replay thing is sometimes freezes, but yeah. So they had Survival of the Fittest and Sphere Resistance, Winter Orb. I was like, I immediately knew that they weren't going to be as good. But kept playing to see what was going on. Yeah, they had Wall of Roots, which can kind of make Winter Orb or Sphere Resistance just not as good. Sure, the deck had some cards like Birds of Paradise or anything like that. So see if I can try to fast forward, because there was some untapping and stuff. Oops, it was too fast. So yeah, they started finding their dorks. I try to control the game like Rishadan Ports and Winter Orb plus Sphere Resistance. Metalworker came into play, but it was turn 6, so not ideal. And then eventually they actually showed me that they were a combo deck that I did not know. Yeah, so eventually they had Phyrexian Devour plus Rush Shapeshifter, so it was kind of like a Hermit Fab type of deck, but not without the Hermit, right? Just the survival. I don't know what to call those decks these days, but yeah. So Devour plus Triskelion and Phyrexian Vorax Shapeshifter. That was enough to win game 1. Then we went to game 2, and I think I just basically sideboarded out my what did I sideboard it out? Maybe I can see here on Magic Online. Okay, yeah, I side out my Black Vises and Winter Orbs in one of the Mishra's Helix, and I brought in some of the artifact. I mean, not the artifact hate, but the graveyard hate. I think I brought the 2 Tormod Crypt and the 2 Phyrexian Furnace, and looks like one Masticore. And I think that's what I brought in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Or there's only 5 that I mentioned. So what did I sideboard? I think I brought Defensive Grids too, because I saw counter spells in the deck when they start milling cards with Phyrexian Devour. So and I think this game I kind of went all in on a Masticore plan here. If that makes sense. Oops, let me see. Actually, this game was kind of quick. I thought for a second that was gonna work. So it's Tangle Wire. I thought the Masticore pinging their mana dorks plus Tangle Wire. No, maybe I could get there. No. So right here, Masticore just taps everything. I untap. If I ping Birds of Paradise, now they have to tap 2 permanents again. And I was like, well, maybe Sphere Resistance plus that will be enough to cross the finish line. And then if Masticore dies, and hopefully I'll just draw something else. The problem here is that Ancient Tomb, it was 2 of them. I discarded the City of Traitors. That might have been a mistake. Maybe I should have sequenced my lands differently. Because I think if one of these was a City of Traitors instead of Ancient Tomb, I think it might have been a little different. The life lost end up mattering at the end. Yeah, they try to kill my Masticore with a monkey, but see, for instance, I had to lose 2 life to regenerate, and then now I have to lose 4 life to kill the monkey. So if I had a City of Traitors here, that's 4 points of life that I would have saved. So it would have been a 12. So yeah. So just something if you're watching in maybe you feel like mud, want to try the deck, something to keep in mind, I guess. Sequencing your lands is extremely important here because you are playing with lands that go away by themselves when you play another land, or you're playing lands that are very, very painful to tap every time you need something. So yeah, they play the Shapeshifter, and then here there was an interesting moment because I attacked and I didn't know what my opponent was going to do. So they removed enough cards to get to a 5/5. But then they blocked. And, oops. Oh no, actually went too fast. Well, Magic Online does not have a rewind thing. But yeah, at one point Phyrexian Devour was 5/5. Masticore was blocked. And he had 5 points of damage on it, but it didn't die. So I know Vorath Shapeshifter had some bugs on Magic Online, and I think this might be part of it. So yeah, the damage dealt by the copy of Phyrexian Devour didn't do lethal damage on my Masticore. After my opponent said something, I realized that that's what happened, and I couldn't regenerate because I was at 2 life. Again, Ancient Tomb being very, very important here. Important in the fact that losing 2 life, I wouldn't be able to regenerate Masticore. My other card in my hand was Masticore. They had 5 lands, and so I realized that I was dead here. So I ended up conceding the match. But yes, that is apparently another bug that if you're playing Vorath Shapeshifter on Magic Online, you should be aware of. But yeah, that was round 5. I lost 2-0. And yep, see now. And I'm sorry that this happened, but yeah, I had a computer issue, so I had to record on the replay. All right, so we're here for round 6 and last one. For an opponent, let me see. Oh, right here. Okay, so last round it's an interesting one. We found out there was different bugs for Vorath's Shapeshifter and Magic Online. And so far we can see how Mud, even though it has some very powerful cards, it has the problem of consistency. But still, I think it's a strong deck nonetheless. So I think I'm gonna keep this one. I mean, it's only got 1 land, but we do have the Mind Stone and we have Metalworker too. So like, if they're maybe they're playing like a slower deck. What's Enchantress? Okay, so in this case, I think I'm gonna play Sphere Resistance first. And then let's see what they do. If they just play an Enchantress, I don't play anything. I mean, I'm assuming that's Enchantress. It could be something else, obviously, but so I'm just gonna play Metalworker, because if I get to untap with Metalworker, I think I'll be in a very, very good shape here. Choice of Flushes. All right, so no Metalworker for me. I think Mind Stone's okay here. I think now I'm just trying to get a lot of permanents in play. And try to get Smokestack going. I was really, really hoping that Metalworker was gonna stick around. I mean, I do have Wild Growth, so it doesn't affect them as much as it affects me, but so right now I have 4 mana. If I draw another land, I can Tangle Wire first. Ooh, they have Sarah Sanctum. Okay. Not 2 Enchantress. I also have Wastelands in the deck too, so. Yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna pass a turn. Sarah Sanctum's only making 2 mana, so it's the same as Forest plus Wild Growth. So next turn I'll have access to 6 mana. Excuse me. Also, good thing that enchantments can't be tapped, so Tangle Wire should be very, very good. Sterling Grove, okay. We get to draw 2 cards. They didn't draw land, okay. I guess we'll start with Tangle Wire. Oh, hold on a second. I only need 5 mana. So they can tap this. Yeah, they're not gonna have the lands untapped. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to deal with Enchantress. So they're always gonna have a permanent they can untap. And I think this Smokestack's just not good anymore after this turn. I do need to find like a win con kind of soonish. Well, that's a win condition. Just needs a little help. Yeah, because they have way more permanence than I do. So I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to catch up with that. Unless I draw like a Rishadan Port or Mishra's Helix. All right, it's a lot of those effects. I guess I'll just pass a turn. I could cast another one next turn, I guess. I have to tap 2 permanents to be this and this. Okay, that's a very good draw. This one costs 5 mana. Is this my win con? I think that's what it is, right? Because so they'll take 1 damage this turn. Yeah, they're gonna just tap the Enchantress. Yeah, then I'll tap that. They only have 3 enchantments, and right now the tax is like 4 of them. I think that's my win con here. Just tap their stuff and hope that Black Vise gets there. Oh well, okay. Alright, so this is definitely not the matchup that Masticore will do anything. I think I want this card instead. And I think that's about it. Powder Keg can get rid of Enchantress. So I think that's probably okay. Do you guys prefer to watch streams like when, I mean not streams, but like videos like when the deck's like this or like this? Also, this is a very odd time in the video for me to ask this question, right? Right in the middle of like a round. Not before the video starts, not at the end, but right in the middle. But if you've been paying attention, write in the comments below which one you prefer. I'm an old man, so like I usually prefer like this. Like I can see the cards. But I normally when I see decks on Twitter or no Discord or whatever, usually people have the cascading down, right? Yeah, this seems like a good hand, I guess. So I think I'm just gonna go aggro Black Vise here, I guess. Next one I can play Tangle Wire. An Enchantress? Maybe they think about like casting something that costs white mana. Yeah, okay. Seal cleansing. Mm-hmm. All right, in this case, and this, I know what it is. This is, by the way, this is I know in paper like this might not matter, but on Magic Online, the way they sequence that, I would not recommend to do it, because if you take a game action after you make mana, Moto kind of just takes that as your game action for the turn. So it's like it's really annoying. Like no, it shouldn't be like that, but that's just how it works on Magic Online. So and like I don't know, maybe my opponent just like no was gonna do that anyways, and it didn't matter to their plan. But anyone that's new to Magic Online, just keep that in mind. And one of the more common ones that used to happen to me, and after I learned not to do it, it's a City of Brass, because City of Brass is a triggered ability. So you like you tap for white whatever with one of these lands, and then you tap City of Brass, then you can't go back, like which is very annoying to say the least. So it looks like another one of those things is gonna get blown up by a Seal of Cleansing. I do have a Rishadan Port that can tap that. It does cost me 2 life though. This is one of those games that actually, if I draw Smokestack against Enchantress, actually would do something, because I have more permanents than they do. It looks like they're stuck on 2 lands too. So Mishra's Helix will be amazing here. Alright, basically anything except for like this. Alright, I'm just gonna cast this Mind Stone and immediately draw a card, because I feel like I need to try to win the game quick now. I think next turn I can cast Karn, and then I have to figure out if I want to play around. They play that. If they play a land, yeah, I'm not playing around anything. Excuse me. Well, it's a smokestack, so that might change things a little bit. Yeah. They should only be able to answer one of those things. I know, maybe I was too aggressive here, but if Karn doesn't get answered, I think I just swing for lethal next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could animate these two, make Mishra's Fracture a creature and like a Black Vise, and this guy. Well, I don't even have to animate Black Vise. I can just attack for 12, 14. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if you make mana and then you fetch, like, if you change your mind, as far as I remember, Magic Online won't let you go back. So, it's just something to keep in mind, like, when you're playing Moto sequencing. In paper, as far as I know, you should be able to just be like, I'm making some other mana or whatever, but not on Magic Online. So I think they probably looking for Sarah Sanctum here and get some removal going on. Okay, Solitary Confinement is a good card. That's also a good card, especially Solitary Confinement. So they can tap 1, 2, 3, then I can tap the other one with a Rishadan Port. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to attack them. Okay, so the way I want this to work is to sack first and then tap. I actually want Black Vise to resolve. Oh, I want to resolve after that. Okay, so sack first, then we'll tap their stuff. Okay, so right now they are taking 2 damage. One, two, three, 4. So they take tap their whole thing. Okay, but without Solitary Confinement, then I should be able to just attack. I think on paper this matchup looks really, really bad for Mud, but I think actually playing the game is not too bad. I'm gonna plow my Karn. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, so this is the one I sack, right? Put a counter on it. Is this. Okay, so first we're gonna fade to 3 counters on this thing. I didn't have to do it like this. I just want to avoid misclicking on the smokestack part of the thing, because I'm gonna sack the Ancient Tomb, and then I'm gonna put 2 counters on this. It's a dust bowl. All right, and we're swing for 2. I'm gonna go to 5. And I think next turn, yeah, these 2 don't matter. But I do want them to sack 2 permanents first. Now they tap 3. It's really 4 because I'm going to use Rishadan Port for the other one. And I think if I should just abandon the Black Vise plan here and just try to Mishra's factory them out. So it's gonna fade to 2. I'm gonna tap 2 permanents. This works. I have sack 2 permanents. I think one of them is an easy one, just the City of Traitors. And the other one, I think just a Black Vise is fine. And we'll go to 3. All right, GG's. So we finished 3 and 3. I played some matches before against Enchantress, and I think that, again, the matchup, at least on paper, seems like really difficult for Mud, but I think it's probably okay. Like, no, obviously it depends what half of the deck they draw. But yeah, one of the things we could see in this league was that Mud, even though it's got some very powerful draws, like it's also kind of inconsistent, right? Inconsistent. We do have some cards that are 4 ofs in the deck, but not all of it. And from what people remember from versus block, we had Green Monolith and Voltaic Key, which is only one of those 2 cards in the league in Premodern. So you have to make it work with Mind Stone and Thran Dynamo. I think when you start splashing blue or red to this deck, it gets, or blue and red actually. I think the deck gets a little better because Goblin Welder is a hell of a card, and Metalworkers, it's very good. The times I got to untap with Metalworker, seems like the card was very, very powerful. But yeah, as you can see, there was some rounds that I had some problems with just the deck not being very consistent. But I think it's overall is a very good deck, and I think I've seen many different ways that people have built it. I've seen just all 4s, like just 4 Winter Orbs, 4 Smokestack, and then seen a list with like 4 Karn Silver Golem, and then some lists that look like this. You can also play cute little things like I think Pit Trap in the sideboard, or Mana Web. If you want to go more prison, Call Trops, another one. I mean, no, Call Trops I don't think is very good in the current meta, but but yeah, bunch of different ways to build it. There's a lot of very powerful artifacts in Premodern. You can even try to incorporate the Devour Alter Dementia combo to this list if you add blue and red. So, but yeah. Had a good time playing this deck. Again, like I said, Metalworker, it's one of my favorite cards ever. If any of you guys have watched my stream, my Legacy stream, that was my That was like my logo for my stream for a long time, because I played a ton of mud in Legacy. So it was a matter of time for me to record this video. And yeah, see you guys for the next league. And thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow. And leave any comments on the comment section if you know what you liked, what you didn't like. And I'm just trying to improve my content. Later.